Well, how appropriate that we start off in Brazil with a Brazilian team in front of this audience. It is Immortals, but their backs are against the wall. And Mousesports has looked convincing in this tournament. There's definitely got some work to do to improve me or convince me of the fact that they can make a run of the playoffs, but right now in this group stage, Immortals has been struggling.
They absolutely have. They've looked like a poor team here. They've actually lost to Envious 16-5 and then got battered by Optic as well. Very good looking Optic, to be fair, 16-4. But both on Cobblestone, a map that used to be famed for having amazing T-sides and having a lot of flair to it and kind of a lot of dynamic plays. This didn't seem to have that. Operating pretty poorly as a unit overall. And to be fair, like, right now, the star players aren't turning up. It's Moses that pointed out. Henny, he's been poor for the last few weeks. Phelps as well. We expect him to have really massive games, and he was tipped to be one of the best players in Brazil at one point, but still haven't really seen that at all since this LANs began. It's been a little bit weird since Zeus has joined, actually. Obviously, when we saw them last time, I think it was Katowice with us, saw this team, at least we did. When we had Showtime there, they were taking big names down. They beat teams like Envious. So it's...
the last time we saw them, they won DreamHack Summer. I almost called it Winter, but they won DreamHack Summer against NIP.
Exactly.
And then this change has come in, and it's been a struggle ever since. And it makes you question it. Obviously, Showtime's tenure within SK didn't go very well. It's tarnished his name a little bit, perhaps, but I thought he was a reasonable player in terms of his role on this team. In fact, he was the first player we saw go for that Snacks-esque knife inside the smoke to deny players from defusing. It was kind of funny. We saw him do it twice in the span of a weekend, but yeah, it's been an uphill battle, and they've got to battle into this one. We're going to start it off. It's Mirage. There's going to be 4 sets of armor on either side, a kit for Speedy, and Henny's going to be the one deploying the utility.
Well, towards B, it seems the 3 CTs actually going to be going in aggressive there as well. Headshots starting to fly in. Looks like the CT's getting the advantage, Joe. No reply as of yet from the terrorists. Oh my god, it's a bloodbath.
Wow.
All headshots there. It's going to be Lowell, I believe.
Yeah, it's Lowell that got all of them, takes them down. That's so massive. Such a shutdown in times of the B apartment. We wanted to see that one smoke come out, go for the fast plant inside the site. They never got it deployed. So this will shut down Immortals immediately. They won't buy anything into this round. No, okay, I take it back. They are going to force up into the Tech 9s. I thought they were going to play a more disciplined style of game and try and get a second round bomb plant instead, but they don't elect to do so. They go Tech 9, Deagle, and Armor.
Not a single frag obtained. They're waiting for the CD push to come in as well. They're holding quite defensively, and Mousesports sending 3 players. Blow them out of the water. It's going to be that second round force by not much utility to work with. That's a real big problem on Mirage. You've got so many angles and cubby holes to check here. It's walking to the side, especially when Dennis is waiting for them on the other side of the MP9 as well. Close range. Not looking at the A-ramp for now, though. That's a fall back towards Shadow, it seems. They have 1 flashbang to work with. Presumably that will come over from the Palace area. Luca's got that in hand right now, and then they'll try and do anything they can on the A side.
That's going to be an explosion in from A-main. Nico and Chris have to rotate back out. Good shot from Lucas when the Deagle takes Chris down already at jungle. Overwhelming amount of players in front of Nico. Smartly backs away, covers it off into one-on-ones rather than a 1 versus 3. But he does go down in the end as Henny gets toward him before he can get the reload in. That's going to allow a bomb plant as well, a very open bomb plant in front of the triple stack, which means they can cover this off from multiple angles, connector, and most notably A-main. If they can get back that far, Henny's burning down to 72, but he's got this SMG. They know he's there. They want to isolate him and get back toward the site. 2 kits in play. Henny can't quite see above the smoke until now, and Speedy gets on the stairwell, but good shot in return. Now they'll chase Lucas back. He'll go down, and it will be a defuse coming in, but they do get the bomb plant. So again, I thought they were going to go a little more passive, try and get a play and go for an early buy. This was neutralized nonetheless, and potentially if they go for the 4th round buy, get them more utility.
Well, pretty successful overall. Like I said, it's difficult to get the bomb down in these sort of situations, especially when you don't have smokes to work with. Just 1 flashbang there. 2 players coming out of the Palace area and towards A-ramp as well, trying to overwhelm the defending CTs. Luckily for the terrorists, they only up against the SMGs in that bomb site there. So managing to get the bomb plant down, only a couple of kills. Could have been a bit closer overall, but still, it means next round they will have a nice healthy buy. You can see Henny, of course, the AWP, $4,200. So we'll just pick up a PG-50. Almost guaranteed to bring out that AWP in the next round. This one, though, PG-50 is a couple of Deagles here. Well, just 1 Deagle. Looking for the pick, seeing if any CTs push out of position. I think we have a pause going in there, Matthew.
It's possible that we do, and a stop called as well, which means this round's probably going to go back to the beginning. So thankfully it happens before anyone dies. As we know, that can be more complicated for the admins if things happen in the round, and then we've got a dispute, etc., etc. I think, obviously this is technical. I think this will be no problem, though. So they've reset it already. Ebot's back to where it was, and they'll just take a second, I think, to fix out the sound is my guess.
TeamSpeak was muted, I think, so it's fine. That's not even a technical issue. Just a little hiccup, it's fine. So, we are at 2-0 for Mousesports. Pretty much is an eco for Immortals, trying to get the bomb down if they can. Try to justify a few upgraded pistols here. Deagle can be very effective on Mirage. See a lot of the top players going towards middle of the start, challenging window, and if you can get that 1 Deagle off, it's always a pretty exciting spectacle. And here we go then, back into it. Minor technical delay there. Very minor. It's all fine. So we'll have a look at the buy for Mousesports as well. They've got 2 M4s to challenge this, pretty much full eco, an MP9, Famous, and then Nico still on that UMP. So we've got a smoke this time for Zeus. Where is he going to be going with that one? Looks like towards the B site. Could actually throw that on the actual bomb site itself, or throw it towards short potentially as well. We'll see where he decides to go. Looks like maybe towards the end of the halls. So it's trying to take the vision away from the CTs and maybe potentially be at the van, as they will be focusing the bomb in that area, but 3 terrorists still towards A.
And Zeus, meanwhile, is going to try and push in through smoke over at B where the bomb is. Chris getting aggressive on the same aim position. Is going to go around. Henny waiting. Crosshair placement. Not quite there. Chris has got the headshot. Now it's on to B. Remember we said bomb was waiting on this side of the map. It's in the hands of Phelps inside of the apartment. Bolts. Lucas, excuse me, they're all gone. Phelps as well is going to go down. Even they tried to get Zeus in early to push them back and get information. It doesn't work out. So 3-0, but now guns to be drawn up for the Brazilians.
A little bit of a double fake there. Immortals using that smoke towards the B apartment there to make it look like they were coming there. Then presence towards A. They're trying to sell some sort of fake there, but the bomb was waiting to go towards B. Doesn't get planted this time around when we go into the first gun round. Round number 4. Henny, he's got the AWP, like I said. We need him to step out this tournament. He needs to be a huge factor for Immortals to have a chance to get a very exciting Mousesports right now. The addition of Lau has seemed to revitalise them after removing Oscar. Aggressive play from the CTs, it seems. Nico, aggressive, actually pushing through perfectly. He doesn't see the first player, but gets 2 kills regardless. Lucas and Henny drop. And with the UMP, Nico steps up massively there and picks up an AWP as well. No return frags, and that's going to rattle Immortals completely. That's just one player as well, Matt. That's not even a push with the M4. This SMG takes him down, but we do get a frag. 4 bolts towards the A side.
Follow up potentially. Zeus can't land it. Chris J's in the open, and Zeus, he can't put him down. Finally, he'll fall to the nade. The damage was done, and as such, he follows it up. But Speedy's rotated back into the same position toward the jungle. Smoke off in front of him. And Phelps is going to watch window to make sure there's no rotation back to mid. Yep, you're dead right. Lowell's walked up toward the apartments. Look where the bomb is as well. I don't think he's seen it. He hasn't, which means he'll go down without knowing. And Bolts will grab that. They'll be able to rotate back over, as it is a 3 versus 2.
Well then, after getting those first 2 frags, the round seem to have fallen apart a little bit here for Mousesports. We have got 50 seconds remaining as well. They're going to have to separate themselves. Nico's towards CD spawn with the AWP picked up from mid, trying to find this killing connector as well. We're getting flashed in a difficult position as well, considering our T's coming from the A ramp. Goes towards the connector, trying to find 1 kill here just to give him something to work with.
There they go. Nico's the only one there. He's stuck below the stairs. Caught by Phelps. Walks back in, nowhere to go. They caught him out, and Speedy's going to go down. It's Phelps again. Finally, the Brazilians get around. It'll be 2 kills for him, and it's going to be 3-1.
We get around for Immortals. That's Nico pushing top of mid. SMG looked like he completely locked it down. Round over. And all of a sudden, Immortals just thinking, okay, well, 5-3, we have to try and make some kills happen here. A player showing from the Palace area and the A ramp as well. You can see the CT standing in the open, maybe getting a bit ahead of themselves. But unfortunately, Immortals do manage to pick up the round from Mousesports there. But still, we do have money left over for Mousesports. We'll stay back on the AWP. They'll be going towards connected, but trying to see beneath this smoke at the start of the round. Oh, Phelps just walked and moves across there, but he doesn't see it. And the first exchange comes in. Chris J presumably going to have to fall back in. Get some flashback there.
Zeus is going to start it off. Dennis goes down again. Second gun round looking equally as good at the start for Immortals, but Chris J's going to pull that back. Good shot. And Phelps try to plant the bomb. They get caught out. Nico's going to walk back in. No utility to cover that plant from Zeus. A little bit aggressive. You need a second player to watch that connector position or plant safe, but he doesn't elect to do so. It's going to cost them dearly. 3 versus 3. Henny misses a shot. Nearly gets capitalized on, but it's actually going to work in his favor because Nico goes hunting. And it's baited into Bolts' crosshair, but in turn, he steps out too far for Lowell towards CT, and it's back to a dead even keel at 2 versus 2. And Lowell wants to be a little more dynamic on this. Despite anchoring down toward the CT stairs, he's going to rotate back to vent, and they're going to play this together, he and Speedy.
Yeah, it's Henny and Lucas at this point. AWP fixed towards CD spawn. They've got a lot of time to play with it, and smoke's available as well. That smoke goes towards jungle. Lucas still has one as well, so just trying to ascertain where the CTs are, but that's not going to help. Speedy faces from the steps, blows off the head of the AWP there, and now comes down to the 1v1 as Lucas takes him down in return.
And here's the thing, Lucas knows that Lowell was last shown towards CT spawn, but he got dynamic. He moved away and came back. Timing though, Lucas turns around and nails it.
And then Lucas picks up the AWP as well. Immortals find 2 in a row and broken the economy of Mousesports. Maybe we do have a game on our hands after all. Everyone thought Mousesports to run away with this one, but after some great comebacks after losing initial frags as well. Immortals working together, not rushing things. A lot of discipline towards that situation at the end. 2-on-2, not giving anything away, using their smokes correctly as well, eradicating risks and making sure they hit their shots there. Lucas steps up And we get a 3-2. A force buy from Mousesports, interesting enough. And Chris J with the scout. He's known to be one of the best with that weapon. Through the wall as well. He manages to find the first frag. And actually looking for a second as well. Nailing it. This force buy from Mousesports is paying dividends. Chris J cleans up. 3 frags overall, Matt. He definitely is one of the most dangerous scout users on the entire planet.
Actually quite good. I'm not sure that he would have got to the AK in time. So shooting the AK back, he does get the gun.
That was a very big round for Mousesports. How does that happen then? SMGs and scouts. Chris J lights them up.
He's sick with a scout, to be fair. We've oftentimes said that he's one of the best in the world on the weapon. I would say at times I've seen him be more lethal with the scout in terms of game impact than on the AWP.
Yeah, I would say at one point he definitely was known to be the best. Maybe along with MBK as well, but still. We'll get into this one then, shall we? Round number 7, another force buy. This time for the terrorists. It's going to be a Galil, an AK-47. 1 smoke and a couple of flashbangs. It was enough to get the bomb down in the eco round, but Nico, he finds the head of Bolt to kick the round off. Can fall back here as he goes down to 24 HP.
Phelps will hold the corner to watch. Connector, it'll allow Zeus to start to push up on the Deagle. You're right, it was a massive round in terms of the landscape of this game.
In terms of getting back into it, yeah, that was a ballsy call, but it pays off.
Watch Nico inside window, he's so low. And try and play him behind the cinder blocks with the smoke in front of him. It's gone. Timing is everything. Walks out. They never saw him coming, but again, low HP, 1 for 1. That's very well done, all things considered, from Nico. It gives him a 4 versus 3, which is a very favorsome situation for the CTs because they can split the sites, and you've got to force an attack out for the T side. They try and do exactly that. Phelps will fall to Chris J inside the window, and Chris just barely got through the vent in time to find that shot, but it all counts. And Lowell again. This is a trend I think we're going to have to be aware of.
Yeah.
Him pushing into these B apartments.
He's done it a few times now. UMP as well. Wants to make things nice and close range. Henny coming from T spawn side though, so who's going to win this confrontation? Lyle's actually cleared out B apartments. He's called that for his teammates. So if they do decide to walk into B at this point, especially if Lucas on short as well, they could have an open bomb site. It's going to be Speedy looking towards the vent area, and the B site is open. The bomb could be planted there.
It's the one time Lowell doesn't go all the way up the apartments. He wants to checkmate. He's going back now though. So he should be behind them quick enough. Jumps out, gonna know they're there. There's already a rotation in from Speedy and the twin brothers. They need to try and get this bomb down very fast, at least for money, if anything. They've only got an AK to work with. A Deagle, sure, for Lucas and head armor, but the AK is gonna be the one that absolutely has to be perfect. And here comes the flank. Lowell's in position, hasn't spotted Henny yet. Finally, Chris J is gonna find him, and Lowell. Lucas will fall.
There it is. Great work from Nico that started around there. It was a force buy from Immortals, an AK and a Galil. We have a tactical pause here, so we've got a bit more time to talk about that previous round. Nico, we know how good this guy can be in terms of raw aim. He's got the confidence to face those shots towards the top and middle. Nails the first one, and like he said, with low HP as well, to find 2 kills in that situation. Very well done from him. Funnels him towards B, which actually works in Immortals' favour. You know what? Because Lau, he's pushing the B apartments again, hunting for information. He does a great job in terms of staying alive and giving calls to his teammates, but the timing just don't work in his favour at that point. It allows Mortals to get into the side. Sure, they didn't win the round, but in terms of getting the bomb down and making that force buy a little bit more justified, that's actually pretty decent for them. So this presumably will be an Nika going into round number 8 here. If you're not aware, if you're just joining us from the first stadium day here, this is the Valve rules being used, so you get 2 30-second pauses per half per team. So we could have a maximum of 4 pauses per half, technically, but it's quite rare to see that, I'd say. You normally see about maybe 2. But, you know, even if you're winning, it's a good chance now to just take one of those pauses, kind of coordinate with your coach and see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel on it just yet. I think we need a little more feedback. This is only the second tournament that we'll see it being used. Obviously, ESL 1 New York was the first. The next will be IEM Oakland. 3 weeks' time. So once we get all those tournaments done, I'm sure the teams will start to have a good gauge on exactly how it does affect them or how it doesn't affect them in some teams' cases, as they don't use in-game leading in their coaching role. Either way, it's going to be pistols drawn over toward the B site.
Yep, contact play, flashes over the roof. Hope for the best. Lau, though, perfect weapon to shut this down. No armor, and look at the flashbang. It's looking very good for him. Gets the first headshot, trying to light a few more of them up as well. He finds 2, going to be falling back, and actually burns to his teammate there. That's not a great start, but Speedy trying to rectify, I guess, not his mistake. Maybe it was a misthrown Molotov, to be fair. Shouldn't really be on the floor at that point, I guess, when his teammate's still alive, but
it's true.
You know what, I guess the idea is that they're going to be jumping out the window into his flames, but, you know, it doesn't really work out in that sense. They still win the round pretty convincingly, but Mousesports 6-2. Immortals now will have enough for 4 AKs at the moment. Henny, I was about to say, can buy an AWP. Won't be glass cannon, only gets body armor. That makes him a bit more vulnerable to the headshots of those M4s.
The one thing that I will say in terms of the timeouts, I'd like to see more teams use them when they're in the lead to break momentum. I know. Oh, Chris.
He's back on the AWPing roll.
Through the smoke, kicks down Phelps. That is sick.
Yeah, he seems a lot more confident in the weapon these days, and his team looks better as a whole since he's gone back onto that weapon. But still, Henny, he finds a kill towards B, and they're going to capitalise and rush into the site.
Yep, Speedy's on catwalk, no one directly inside the site itself. Chris is just rotating back as he went over toward A instead, having found that first pick, and Bolts is going to get a fast plant out of this. Nico's the man on the flank. He's just working up right now in toward the apartments, and Chris jumping through smoke is going to pass Lucas. Who's going to find the other first? Lucas can hear him but can't find the shot. AK rains out. He's going to push back through, and Chris is inside the site with an AWP, but a flash will contain him. And Lucas has since gone down to Dennis inside of the checker room. It's in behind the bench. The next threat does exist. Back in behind the van. Oh, jump up. That nearly cost him. Chris is going to catch Nico. And catch Zeus and save Nico, because Nico was redrawing out the UMP. It's all down to Bolts. Good lineup on the first. He's got two in this. Looking for the third, but can't find it. Nico will prevail.
Oh, it's going to be close. I think he's just about got that. Yeah, I think it's fine. Is it fine, Matt?
That's close. He's got it. Oh.
Bolts there, so close. Less than half a second, I think, there. The buzzer comes in, and Nico just about wins the round. Do you know what's funny, though, Matt? He's actually buying the UMP. Like, he's happy to keep it in the main gun rounds and doing some serious work of it as well. He looks so deadly with that weapon. It's come more and more into the meta in terms of the second round buys, but it's still definitely viable in the right situations, and players who aim like him can actually make it look as deadly as a rifle in some scenarios. We go into round number 10 here. Still money available for Immortals. The loss bonus actually gets itself to number 4. So means you get $2,900 into the round, and a bomb plan as well, an extra $800 per player. So Bolts takes some early damage there, nade towards the A ramp. Confluence of Nico takes him down to 44 HP. That's actually quite a lot of damage considering it's just one HE grenade. Chris J, aggressive of course towards underpass, doesn't nail the shot.
Oh, gets his head down, nearly stays alive, but Nico's there to trade against Zeus. Punishes him in the end. And he inside of mid with his brother. Lucas also there with Phelps. Everybody there except for Bolts, who's watching the flank toward T-spawn. Good trade back and forth, but still 3 versus 3, and not a lot of ground gained, because despite these kills in middle, Dennis is still in connector, Speedy's still nearby, and Lowell's starting to push in catwalk. They haven't established a mid-control at this point.
3 on 3. Still have a minute to work with here, man. So still possible to find a pick and get that advantage. That's what we're looking for, and there it is. Dennis gives it to them as well, and looking to get that kill on Speedy. Goes down to 7 HP, but the aggression is just relentless at this point. 2 versus 1. Immortals have the lead, and Speedy, so low, will do very well to even find himself in a winnable situation here. You can see Immortals discipline once again. They've got the advantage, time to work with. No smoke, so it's trying to see if a CT makes, well, the last remaining CT makes a mistake at this point as he starts to wrap around from CT spawn.
Speedy's low is going to fall. Good trades in mid in the end. The pick toward connector is the one that defines the round, and Bolts is in position late to capitalize on Lowell's position and catwalk, and therefore it goes 7-3. But now we do have to talk about it, Henry, as always, the reset potential.
Oh yes.
2 players only surviving. It's a 4-round reset.
And not taking any nades over as well. It'll be pretty much a full investment into this round. So this one, as you can see, Zeus only on the Tech 9. This is tough times for them going forward. Dennis is feeling the burn a little bit as well. He's only got the Famous, but Nico had a ton of cash there, considering all the UMP kills he's been getting, and actually saving with that weapon as well. He's going to go aggressive once more towards top of middle. Good flashbang deployed, but Phelps waiting at the top of mid for him.
Inside of the site right now. Phelps on catwalk is dancing between smokes, manages to turn around but can't find Nico. Bolts found Lowell though. This gives them the B site. Lucas is in, so good job to take mid back by Mousesports, but it leaves him in a 3 versus 3 in a B bomb site with the plants already in. It's going to be Dennis and Nico together toward the top of mid, rotating in from catwalk. I mean, Speedy's got to sit tight just for a minute longer. AWP on Nico as well on this retake. He's the only one with a kit. He's already on 40 HP. They're going to try and boost him to find a shot toward the corner. No one close up just yet. Also spotted new apartments. Drop down. Flash comes out though, so he elects not to. They're running lower and lower on time. Good pickup from Dennis. Now they can go in for the door. Snap back, and Lucas finds that kill, but he's gone. It's all on to Bolts again, who's going to try and clutch it. 1 versus 2 this time, not 3, so perhaps better chances. And time ticking faster and faster. Again, Nico does have the kit, but this time is not his friend. He'll go down as well. Not going to save the weapon. And it will be back-to-back rounds for the Brazilians.
This is looking a lot better for Immortals in the way they're approaching the game. Like I said yesterday, they looked very flat, very structured, couldn't allow their star players to actually do anything with it. Another tactical pause coming in after winning a round.
Winning 2, so they're using them as much as possible. There's 12 rounds into the half, you might as well.
Yeah, absolutely. At this point, you can kind of work out, okay, what money are they on? Let's work out what kind of buy they're going to have here. Do we want to bring out an SMG? Do we want to kind of just rush a position? I think that's actually a cool time to do it. Like you said, round 12 coming to an end now. We've got a decent advantage. Let's make sure we don't give anything away and make the best decision possible. But like I said, Immortals looking looser, just capitalizing on frags they're getting and actually hitting the shots now, it seems, towards B. As soon as they find that kill, they're actually just getting in there before the CDs have a chance to react, which I like. It means they're actually giving their stars a chance to actually shine here. Bolt's having a great game so far, 12 for 9 for him, seems to be finding a lot of those entry kills and a chance to win the clutches as well. So Mousesports, what's the situation for them? Probably quite happy to get a pause here as well. They're going to be looking at their money. It's not great. I'd think take a full eco at this point, maybe a couple of P250s. Stack the B bomb side, that's where Immortals have been favoured. And here's a replay of Bolts finishing off the round there. Good job to I guess he did get Nico the kill, but he made sure he went down with him.
He did go down indeed, but
Nico.
We're back into it.
Nico's fully invested into this round.
Why not?
So he's gone down to $50, which is an interesting move. I guess they're fully forcing at this point. It was a late buy.
It was very late. I think that's out of response to the fact that Nico bought, because they left spawn, turned around, and went back before the buy time. Freeze time was gone before the buy time ended. So
interesting move. They're only going to have
it's a miscom.
After this round, we'll have $2,400. So they leave themselves pretty stretched. They could have got a full buy next round, but now this is a bit of a all-in moment.
Bolts is going to rush this too. They're going fast onto B. They're already in. Oh, bomb's going to try and go down. Somehow Lowell doesn't see it because that could have caught off the bomb. Good shot back in the other direction. Phelps going to find Nico. The force buy not working. Lovely shot from Speedy. Bolts does drop. Speedy's up in the corner trying to wait for a rotation back through checkers. Zeus out toward Catwalk. We got a technical pause coming in. Hoping there won't be a dispute on this because the round was truly contested early on, and well and truly Immortals took the site fair square, but it's going to be Speedy that falls away on this. It's going to be another round for Immortals. They'll go down, and like you say, the money gone on that force buy.
This is kind of interesting because that was a weird force buy from Mousesports, and now it's called for technical pause, and normally these are a bit of a nightmare for the admins because if something major in terms of the pause being required, then we have to look at the round and work out who deserves to win it. If it does come to a round reset, and then Mousesports don't force into the round or something like that, that could be a really interesting dilemma. But still, round number 13, they're going to be paused for now, and I guess the admins, Graham especially, will be trying to work out what exactly went wrong. I didn't see anyone like that on spawn.
I don't think so either. Hopefully it was an early call for the freeze time in the next round.
Yes, that could be right. Yeah, maybe they're not saying, yeah, that's probably a good call. They're probably saying the round was pretty much over at that point as well. I don't think you can argue with that. It was going to be, once again, finding the first 2 kills, bomb down. I don't think you can really justify saying the technical problem would have affected the outcome of the round. Well, I'll have a look around. I'll see if I can work out maybe as to what's going on.
So no indication yet as to what the issue is. It's definitely on the Mousesports side.
Well, if they are going to play on, Mousesports would be, like I said, only getting $2,400 in total time. That's why I find that force buy fascinating. It was powerful before. They won in the early stages of the game, but that was before the team only really stabilised at that point. It seems like Immortals just keep favouring this B side now to say, well, we're finding kills there consistently, and we're getting the bomb down, and it's going to take a full actual retake from the CTs at that point. They're winning the rounds at this point. 7-5, doing a good job. Nico has left the server. So that suggests maybe he was having like an FPS issue or something like that. So for now, this could take a little while, but still, Immortals looking better, Matt. You have to say, in terms of what we've seen so far, I think 5 actually matches their grand total they've got in the 2 previous games we've seen them in before. Yeah, so the best result they've had so far is 16-5 versus Envious. So they've already reached that.
We said it was a shocking start to this event for them. There's no doubt that it has been. Look at Lowell, the man with the most stylish glasses in the scene. I'm waiting for someone to show up with like Steve Jobs circles. That's about hipster enough for Machine to do it. I think he would do it. And then he'd roll up his pant legs.
Let's talk about Chris J, though. He's got 16 frags.
Don't change the subject just because I'm offending your love life.
No, I just want to talk about Counter-Strike. It might be better.
All right, let's do it.
Talk about Chris J and 16 kills with him right now. Let's talk about what's happened recently with Mousesports, right? They brought in Oscar, who was, at the time, before he was brought into Mousesports, one of the hottest properties. He came from Hellraisers, unknown quantity up until that point, and then showed himself to be one of the most explosive AWPers, potentially, in the game at that point, who was like a kind of free agent, right? He joins Hellraisers, looking great still. Mousesports pick him up after a long-winded affair of contract disputes and stuff like that. It was quite... We were hearing about that for ages, right?
Yeah, well, basically what happened is rather than do a full buyout, they signed him before the date when
So as soon
his
as it
contract
finished.
was going to finish. So
Yeah.
they signed him after MLG Columbus, but they had to wait till September 1st. It went through a little bit sooner than that just because
So all
everyone
that
kinda knew
wait
by then.
for about a month's worth of play. And he joins the team. They go for a couple of boot camps. I believe you visited them there as well, Matt. Did you not?
I did.
And
I had some cake.
you had some cake, that's right, your favourite. And yeah, but after that, just didn't really seem to be comfortable. He lost his explosive factor. Didn't really seem to be gelling with the team overall. And yeah, they just kind of decided to call it a day. It seemed quite amicable in terms of both parties were quite satisfied to call it a day. And yeah, we haven't really heard from him since. But since the addition of Lowell, that means Chris J's back on the AWP responsibilities. And so far, this is Chris J, like we knew him in like 2014, 2015. Like he was like a really crazy, flashy AWPer, and he's doing that once again, especially in this match here. 16 for 7, confident, seems to be pushing all sorts of positions, trying to find those first frags and the flick shots, and he seems to be landing most of them as well. 16 kills, 7 deaths. But for Nico, having a good game as well, especially that UMP, he's going to be disconnected from
that. Was one of the tough things when they brought in Oscar and got rid of Next by putting Chris J onto the rifles. I asked when I was at that boot camp, how was he adapting, and they were saying it was positional. He had to get used to it. A lot of different, stylistic moves in terms of being aggressive, assertive. It's definitely a big change. It's one thing to know how to click, tap, spray, whatever with the rifle. It's another thing to know how to play the positions correctly. So,
well, the thing is,
I like to see him back in the AWP.
The problem he's always had, he's been plagued with, is the confidence factor. Like we've seen it before, but pre-Nico days, it was like one of those things where Chris J wasn't feeling it. He had to throw the AWP for Dennis, and it seemed like he still was good with the rifles at that point, but still, it's a difficult kind of approach to deal with. You're the in-game leader, you've got an AWP, he's not feeling it one day, and you're basing a lot of your game around him and him finding picks, and you have to throw it to Dennis, who's certainly not on the same, like I say, he hasn't got the same skill ceiling Chris J has. He can probably all proficiently enough to justify it, but still, you want Chris J and his best for your team. It looks like we are going back and away here. So, like you said, there's not going to be any disputes as to whether that round should be replayed, which is good. I never like those ones. It's just going to be unpaused here, and it looks like a full eco for Mousesports here. We're coming to the closing sectors of the first half. Round number 13. Only $2,400 available really for Mousesports after that pretty interesting force by a scout and some SMGs and a few pistols. They would have had more than enough to buy in this round as well. So, an all-in moment, and now they're going to be pushing 5 players towards A. Focusing on the A ramp. No one there, I'm afraid. Bolt's watching T-spawn as well, so they will get mowed down if they go any further than this.
Yeah, that'll be tough. Zeus is there to walk back over as well. I think he's setting for a smoke. Yeah, he is. That's the smoke. Bottom of the carpet, lined up with the second dot, lands toward connector if thrown correctly, and it does. So he's got that covered off. Should land as well if you throw it dead correct on the third step, meaning you can't even see over it toward, and that is where it is. So good smokes inside of middle. The push down toward A main means that they'll be able to bypass them quite quickly and get toward B first. This is scary thought. If Phelps pushes in, the nade pulled out. He's going to go down, but it is the slaughter immediately after. Immortals all there to respond, and everyone dies.
Yeah, well, Mousesports tried to go aggressive towards A ramp, don't find anything for it. Challenge towards middle at that point. They get 1 kill, but it was never going to amount to too much there. USPs across the board after the force buy. I was just looking to this round really. Number 14, Chris J back on the AWP. Nico's been having a good game as well, but Chris J does top the scoreboard on the server for now. Bolt's not far behind. Big round here. 7-6. Immortal actually posting decent numbers here on Mirage. Looks like actual A execution. The Brazilians, especially SK when they first exploded on the scene, known for these sort of set plays, but actually it's just quite a basic one. Flashes go in, pushing through the smoke, and no CDs to challenge them just yet.
No one there yet, as you say. Nico's going to get smoked off as well, so he'll have to wait a little bit longer. No one anchoring towards CT stairs either. Dennis is way back towards CT. Lowell waiting as well to perhaps see if anyone is going to push through, but op shots raining out toward Ticket Boots just to spam through. No one there. Henny.
I have to save this.
Yeah, that's a lovely flash. Well done, Zeus. But you're dead right. They may have to sit back and save this round 14 as well. We're going to go to 7-7. Immortals, they were down 7-2. Facing resets, and they've turned this back. Hang on, though, because Dennis is going to start to charge back in the site. Phelps has gone the long rotation toward connector late. This might catch them as they are going to be walking out. 1 on top of the stairs, 2 in front, but Speedy responds. It's going to be all Immortals otherwise, though, and down goes Speedy. Last one to die.
I think saving would have been the good call there. Sometimes you just have to swallow your pride and fall back. They've gone slightly more aggressive towards middle at that point and focusing towards B, allowing the A side to be actually fully open for Immortals. They didn't even do a set piece at that point. It's actually, in that respect, the perfect call Immortals could have made. One smoke on the A ramp, they flashed through it, and it was like, well, what the hell are the CTs? What's going on here? Plan goes in, and they smoke off the key choke points as well. Mousesports have to wait about 10-15 seconds before they can even justify a retake at that point. I think when it's still a 5-on-5, you've got 5 terrorists to kill and the bomb defuse, you just got to cut your losses and think, let's just concentrate on the next round. We're not going to win this, especially with Phelps getting enough time to flank all the way from T-spawn towards Connector. So last round comes in. Scouts and aggression towards mid, it seems, is the call from Mousesports. Going to be falling back after being detected. Nico's still there with the UMP though. Don't think we'll get much from it this time. It'll be very bit of a slip if Mortals try and justify trying to retake here unless they have a lot of utility to use.
And with a flash to the top of mid, Lucas to follow on top of it. It wasn't full blindness for Nico, but it was enough. A man advantage again for Immortals in round 15 as they've clawed back the half. Tremendous fashion as well. Normally a map that's quite good for Mousesports, specifically for Nico when he gets onto the T side, so we'll have to keep that in mind. But right now it is going to be Immortals pushing in. Trying to take back Connector. Push Dennis, perhaps catch Dennis off. Oh, Phelps has gone by, but spots one. Smarter still will go back and watch the vent. Gun barrel shown, he can't find it. There's 3 players that have been in the line of sight for Phelps that he potentially could have killed, but he tries to play the gamble, play the smart long game, and unfortunately none of them present themselves at all, and he's got to actually walk back in the site if he's going to find anything, because the one at vent is gone. He doesn't yet know it, and Dennis flashed off. Is going to go toward A main.
Look at this call though. The bomb's in T-spawn. They only have 30 seconds remaining now. I think this is a bad play from Immortals overall. They're going to have to go through the B apartments and just absolutely rush at this point. 20 seconds remaining, and there are 2 CTs waiting for them as well. They're going to be cut tight here to actually find those kills and get the bomb coming in.
Phelps needs to go. Phelps needs to push checker room. If they want B, he's got to approach that, because there's 2 players in B. This is a 3-2 take on the site, and as you say, 12 seconds. If this bomb gets dropped, if this bomb doesn't get planted, it's round over. Thankfully, they trade it, but Speedy can still drop it. It's down. 6 seconds, and he's gone round over. Phelps never pushed fast enough, and it's done. Mousesports will take the half, 8-7.
A strange call at that point, considering Phelps' position, and they actually had the man advantage as well. Sure, they want to try and say, okay, B's been working for us, let's get back into that position, but actually going all the way around when you have 30 seconds, just on T-spawn the bomb, that's a bad call. Someone needs to be saying, we probably can't make this.
I think Phelps overthought it, to be completely honest. He sat there for so long, he didn't take shots that were there, and then he sat at vents hoping that Speedy was going to rotate back.
Well, overall, a decent half from Immortals, I have to say, considering the form they've had in this tournament so far. Mousesports struggling, certainly. Some interesting force buys from them. The last one towards the end didn't really work out. So it's going to be 8-7 in favour of Mousesports. We take a quick break at this point and see whether this game concludes in favour of Immortals, the Brazilian favourites there. Switching over to arguably the favoured side on the CT, and they lost the pistol as well, finding 7 rounds. That's actually pretty decent overall. Yeah, Mousesports there with a mixed bag of feelings, I think. They are certainly the favourite team here, had a great run so far, 2 big wins, looking to the top of the group so far, and yeah, this could be a hurdle for them. Immortals struggling. In front of the home crowd, though, they seem a lot more fired up and looser. They're more confident in their decisions at this point. Finding one frag and is committing to it as well. Not going for this set structure at this point, but here we go then. Maybe more aggression coming in from the Brazilians as they push up towards top and middle. And the terrorists, though, they've got 5 players towards B apartments. So the CTs don't find anything, but they at least get deep in info. And this could just be a B rush, which it will be.
Might be successfully accomplished as well, as Phelps is going to fall down. That'll give them a bit of a chance. Lowell in behind the bench, gonna wait as bomb goes down in the hands of Speedy. Lucas flashed up, they're gonna spot him in behind the cash register, but can't find the headshot. Dennis calls for the teammate Lowell to walk in, and then that will bait him back into the open. 3 versus 2, low HP for Lowell, and Zeus is gonna fall. It's gonna be all down to Bolts, or rather, excuse me, all on to Zeus, and he gets found immediately. Another 1 versus 3 that they have to try and clutch back. Mouse, 2 straight pistols in this game.
Yeah, we often discuss, Matt, why the B bomb site is so viable for terrorists and the pistol around there. A nice little rush. You delay things slightly just for the initial grenades coming in. You're almost guaranteed a bomb plant most of the time because the CTs can normally justify 1 or 2 players at that point. So as long as you get equal exchanges, you're going to get the bomb down. This time they actually come and get the lion's share of the initial frags, and the CTs can't really do much about it, especially when they're focusing towards mid at that point. So the 4 spike comes in from Immortals, Henny on the scout. In terms of his play so far, he's needing to be the star player. He's having a decent game. He's got 10 for 12, not setting the world on fire in terms of his performance as of yet, but still he's keeping up with his teammates. 4 pistols around him. Zeus hasn't fully invested, so he can the one to potentially say, okay, you take the scout and we'll keep your money stronger. So he probably dropped that weapon for Henny. Just looking at Henny's money, that's pretty much what happened.
So Dennis waiting for any push-throughs toward the B apartments as they stabilize toward a very passive default. Knowing the situation. Up against, well, they don't have the scout just yet, but a buy that's significantly less than that of their own. Can't afford to walk in dirty stacks and give anything away.
Well, they've still got all their smokes, right, 4 of them. So Nico, he does this a lot, working that A-bomb side by himself, just trying to see what's available, see if he can find that first frag. There's Molotov towards Shadow at that point, trying to flush any CTs out, listen for some footsteps. But Lucas is waiting for him as well, but you know what, you can wait all you want. Nico's still going to have the drop on you wherever you are. He takes the head off Lucas, and now Henny with the scout towards CT spawn.
17 kills now for Nico. Only 1 behind that, a Bolt's at 18 and 12. Flash down into shadow position for Nico. Just to clear it, make sure his teammates can start to walk in from A main. It's going to be Henny that they have to confront next.
And Henny's got his work cut out for him. Like I said, smoke's available for the T's. They know the scouts towards city spawn. Flashes will come in, take him out of the round, and this should be pretty simple procedure now for Mousesports. Henny boosts himself on the ticket booth. The T's are almost wanting him to do that. It's the only way he can get vision on the side, so they'll be keeping their crosshairs focused towards that ticket booth. Lau now doing work with the UMP. Only 2 players remaining for Immortals to be Phelps and Bolts. They've got armor, Bolts of head armor as well to save. There's 1 kill, but only going to be able to salvage UMP. Not even that, they have to fall back at this point.
And you can see the push through potential for Lowell. He wanted to get kills on the SMG to build up money, but like you say, there's also a little bit to be saved. Nico needs to be okay.
Hello.
Well, that's click, click, click. Oh!
Okay.
X-ray off was nice in that because I knew Bolts was there, but I didn't realize that he was going to go for the peek. I thought he would try and confront him after and trade it back, but denies the kill, and now they get a UMP.
Yeah, Nico thought, okay, free kill. He doesn't know that I can see him, but perfect timing from Bolts to back him up.
There should be another UMP that just got blown closer to them. It's the scout that they got. Okay, so there was a gun blown closer by the bomb.
So the force wide doesn't really work out for Immortals, but saving 2 sets of armor and a scout and a UMP as well, and smoke-graded pistols they can distribute to the teammates. It actually gives them somewhat of a fighting chance into round number 18 here. It's 10-7. Mousesports winning both pistols in this encounter so far. Looking to get 3-0 on both sides as well. So far 2-0, but this one still could be a little bit interesting. Especially with that scout picked up as well, but Chris J, he deals with the first player taking on Zeus. Unarmored, runs towards a ramp, taken down.
Absolutely taken down.
As you would say.
As you would say. Chris J, he'll back away a little bit. Bomb down toward the horseshoe position. It's going to be Dennis that starts to evaluate, investigate what's going on the B side. Spots the head of Henny as he goes for the jump information in toward B tunnels. There's going to be 2 there. Now the scout gets in position. No tag in on the first shot. Second one does. Dennis on 29. He's got to be a lot more careful now. And they'll start to bring his teammates alongside. This will cause a rotation as well. There's 3 players in close proximity to the B site. Bolts is in checker. And although they don't have the ripe weapons for the fight. They do have a kill from the UMP on Phelps. It's going to be Lowell immediately after. Bolts is there, and they've got position. Bomb's not yet in. Dennis is low. Bolts might be found. Lucas is a little bit far, trying to get back in from the apartments, and as such, it will be now a 1 versus 3. Bomb going down, and Lucas with only a CZ75.
Not really much Lucas can do here. Immortals didn't necessarily force into that round. He saved a couple of weapons over. They gave 2 kills, but ultimately a 3-0 has been obtained. And Lucas trying to do what he can here towards the end. Speedy will detect towards the B apartments. 3 players staying alive from Mousesports, all with AKs as well. So in terms of like the bonus round, it's not really a possibility for Mousesports. You wouldn't have to do any little rush there, try and shut down the CTs. If you have SMGs on this sort of round after the CTs force in the second, that's actually a really nice time to rush there. You're trying to lock down the CTs and potentially don't have incendiaries, can't hold it off, maybe not have kits or even head armor. So we'll see what happens here. It is a difficult buy for Immortals, but Henny, he gets his money a little bit stronger than his teammates. He gets the AWP. We need him to step up here. Looking aggressive, he actually pushes out the window, smokes himself away from underpass. And a little one-way smoke it seems as well. I actually like that a lot. Drops it on the stairs and allows him to use the ledge to just look over it. Pretty cool.
Henny, AWP, a lot of smoke in front of him, trying to spot toward the top middle. Good shot from Lucas. Headshot into Dennis, and twin brother Henny's going to follow it up. Chris will go down. Nico wants back in, though. Takes a nade, cops it off the back as it bounces off the wall behind, but ultimate goal was get the bomb and get away, and he's done exactly that. Watch the position at top middle, though. Lowell, he's a little bit hesitant. Oh, spotted. Walk out from mid, or bottom mid, excuse me, because of that positioning of Bolts. As a result, it gives Phelps the chance to try and catch off these rotations because he was at the top of middle. Could have been caught by Lowell in all of this, but now he's got all the information required. Bomb, meanwhile, has gone back toward Palace. So he hears one going B apartments. They're going to try and capitalize on that. It's a 1v1 inside of the A site, and it's Nico on an AWP with 65 HP. And Nico's backed away slightly, but if they full rotate, he's done it. This is a full rotation. They're going to try and find everyone in sort of the apartments. Slowly now they consider it might be elsewhere, but Nico finds the kill. Bomb's going to go plant it on A. No! Nico backs! So it's a game of thought process, a cat and mouse, and they're overthinking it. Nico has the A site for the taking. Speedy's done everything required, and yet the bomb's not going. It goes toward A main. Now it's a little bit late for the plant. Speedy, he's going to get locked out inside connector. Down he goes. Bomb plant never happens, and already they're back to the A site. Nico, his opportunity bypassed.
Yeah, that was an interesting procedure. Nico should be dealt with accordingly. Bolts makes it a little bit more interesting than it had to be, I guess. But yeah, you're absolutely right. A lot of interesting discoveries there from the CTs. They got a lot of information. They actually spotted Speedy going towards the B apartments there, and they couldn't quite work out where he's going. So, like you said, Nico had an opportunity to plant the A-bombs in the A-bomb side, but didn't really have the information we have, I guess, trying to work out how to get a pick first in the 4-on-2. And we have another pause coming in here. This is looking like it'll be technical, but it's unpaused straight away, I think. So we should be okay. Money for the terrorists after winning the first 3 rounds. Losing their first gun round, it's going to be around 4k, a little bit less than that, in fact. It actually will be more of a force buy. I think they've dropped 1 weapon over. Immortals, how many players they keep alive? I think it was 4 in total. So in terms of the reset potential and the money the cities have, it would be a reset, definitely, but not as devastating as it potentially could be. So what's the call at this point? Mousesports only invested in 1 player so far. Dennis, I'm going to drop on his spawn and see what they've dropped.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got an op, so he's dropped the AWP. They have an AK as well. Nika can buy. There might be a couple of Tech 9 players here and there.
Starting to get a little more full in the auditorium. Imagine when SK plays.
Can you imagine? Gotta blow the roof off.
It's true. Circular building as well, so time for 360 stage, I think. Let's get it done. We could be like Bono and U2.
Yeah.
We'll go on a world tour, Henry.
Me and you just like, instead of on a desk, we'll have wireless headphones on.
And we'll just walk around and get the hype. Yeah, exactly. And what we'll do is we'll have the booths on either side with our casting desk in the middle. It's because, let's face it,
we could wear like VR headsets so we can see the game still and still walk around.
Whoa.
That could be the next level.
Whoa. You're putting a lot of faith in Valve to give us the attention required to make that happen.
Yeah, well, maybe soon. Oh, we're back into it, ladies and gentlemen. It's 11-8. Immortals do find the first gun round here, like they did in the previous half as well. They had to grind their way back into the game through the gun rounds, and a looser playstyle managed them to get 7. They now have a late 8 rounds after winning the previous one. So, difficult buy, like I said, for Mousesports. It's going to be 2 AKs. Chris J on the AWP. He's been great so far. Let's see if he can continue.
Nico, smoke in hand, looking convincing to me that it's going to be an A play, and with the rest of the mini-map suggesting the same, I expect that'll happen momentarily. Lucas and Bolts will be the one on the receiving end of such an execution.
Smokes come in. It's going to be Chris J towards B by himself, but the A commitment looking like he will be coming in with the bomb as well.
And then they go. Dennis, AK drawn, goes back to the Molotov, wants to clear out underneath the shadow. It's reverse fire that Lucas, actually it's in fire, not reverse fire, that Lucas wants to play. To try and go for the peak. Spots one coming in from A-Man, goes for the bomb, but can't find it. It's on the outside of the triple. Does get there in time after the post plant, but Nico's got the gun drawn back. And down goes Lucas. Immortals on 8 rounds, Mousesports on 11. A very important one for the landscape, and money in this game as Lowell's only on a Tech 9. Keep in mind, for Mousesports, if they don't pick this up, they're back to a very unfortuitous situation, and they're down a man already.
Chris J's on short, watching the bomb as well. Oh, that's a key shot. Now they know exactly where he is. Have they got a smoke to take his vision where they haven't? Full defuse coming in, surely.
It's not on it yet. They're not on it yet. Bolt is elected to get off, but they take him down. They push him. They've lost the prime position to cover it. The entire architecture of this play is lost in the fact that they have no one watching from short. Denied? No, it's not. Okay, the camera confused me. It looked like it had taken down the diffuser, but it was Lowell that fell, and Zeus gets the defuse. Immortals will pick up their 9.
You could see exactly how Mousesports has designed that. Chris J waiting towards the B apartment. He's not going to be part of the round at all until the bomb's planted. It's successful up to that point. Chris J's towards short. He can see the bomb perfectly. There's no smokes available for Immortals to take the vision away from him, but they have flashbangs. They throw a flash over the roof there, blind him. Phelps takes the headshot of the AK, a crucial shot. Chris J just found one kill there and just stayed alive at that point. Throwing a spanner into the works, that could have been enough. He misses the shot, and now Henny, he's starting to hit them as he takes down Dennis to open things up. Lucas as well. And it's an eco round for Mousesports, but ultimately Immortals getting themselves a step closer. It should be 11-10 after this encounter. Still going with the aggression, don't really need to.
Oh, run boost.
Okay, I missed that.
Got tagged up though, and he's able to walk back out, so the run boost kind of fell apart from the very beginning, and then it was just a slaughter. So Immortals now within 1 round. They have not won a pistol in this game, and yet they're 1 round behind Mousesports, who normally are good on Mirage.
They're looking much better today. And these guys actually played Mirage at E-League. It was Mousesports who got 12-3 on the CT half, and okay, interesting enough, before I finish that point, Chris J's brought out the Creed. A weapon we don't really see in competitive play that often. Still viable, just not worth the extra expense from compared to the AK. Fast A play coming in, doesn't pay off for Chris.
It's Lucas to take down Speedy. They're caught out. This fast play. Look at the amount of flashes against them. I heard 4 rings in my ears. They'll have heard more than that, surely. Lowell, he's got his vision back, though. Vision restored to 2 kills in. Almost finds a 3rd through the smoke onto Bolts. They'll take down Lowell. They'll take down Nico. They'll take down Chris J. It's all gone except for Dennis. 1 versus 3. And he's only got 31 HP to contend this round with. Bomb is down in the vision of Henny. There's a smoke out to turret slightly, but I think you can just see under the edge of it. And Henny with an AWP. Prime position, misses a shot, similar to Chris in the last round. And Dennis tries to advance beyond, but Phelps is ready, and now it's 11-11.
We've made that scoreline once again, but yeah, Mousesports there, they had the buy available, trying to do similar rounds that we saw Immortals in the first half. A simple A approach, obviously going to be receiving one sway from the CTs there. That's designed to stop you rushing, of course, but then if you wait for a little bit, flash over, trying to take the CT vision away, means you can potentially surprise them and have that back to having huge amounts of manpower towards the side. Doesn't really work out for Mousesports, so Immortals hitting the shots. Henny stepping up the orb once again, and the UMPs, it seemed, was pushing through, finding kills all over the place, and that Krieg investment for Chris J doesn't amount to too much. As we go into another eco here for Mousesports, it's going to be Deagles, 3 of them in fact, for the European side. I was about to say German, but that's no longer true. So, can they find anything here? Dennis, at the very low HP towards the apartments, but Speedy with the Glock through the smoke does take down Zeus, so something to work with here. Not much, but something.
Let's see if they can add on to this. Bomb recovered. Dennis on 4 HP on the Deagle. 1 of 3 that they've got in the round. Make that 1 of 2, because Nico walks out and Henny hits a shot brilliantly. Outside of the apartments, Phelps waiting back over toward B as well. Is going to watch as Speedy runs back down the corridor, and they'll regroup in spawn.
Well, well, well. We have got an M4 for Speedy. Time remaining as well, but no grenades at all. It looks like Lowell will be towards Palace Area A. His options are right now. Does he try and sell him himself and the rest of the teammates towards that side of the map and show himself, maybe get taken down, or does he wait until his teammates show themselves a B and he tries to take down a kill on the rotations from the CTs there? Let's see what he decides to do. Looks like it'll be the former, as he shows from Palace at this point, trying to find the first shot. Spots player on the ticket booth, nails it as well, takes down Henny. That's an awful obtained, but the action's happening towards B at this point.
It is indeed. Phelps already with 1, a second as well. Speedy falls, knows that Chris J's gone inside of the site, hasn't found him yet, but now he will. Down he goes. It's left to just Lowell. He's got an AWP and he's got 3 to find. He's all the way over on the A side. He's already saving it. He's got to be careful about this save. There's still one at jungle, but doesn't get out in time. Bolts to spot him up.
Just stay alive. He didn't risk this. He gets the kill, but definitely not worth it. I guess, like, look at the money Immortals have got. They've got like close to 13k on each player. Like, had he died there for whatever reason,
been massive.
You don't get much kill reward for an AWP at all. So yeah, regardless, he stays alive. He's moving a bit ahead of himself. Anyway, it's going to be a nice fall by here for Mousesports after losing now 5 in a row, Matt. After winning the pistol, they have not picked up a single gun round here. Maximum loss bonus.
Yeah, it's struggled. And this is Immortals in front of a home crowd looking much more lively than the entirety of the first 2 days. Chris fast to Palace, catches Henny off though, who thought he had the position and the timing to get there and get the jump, but Chris is well aware and takes him down. That's brilliant.
Double AWP set up. Oh no, okay, they're going to be hiding the secondary AWP, it seems. And Speedy finds another frag here, just holding up for the aggression. It seems Immortals have changed their pace up. They've been playing quite a default game so far. Zeus finds one in return. They were trying to push pretty much every position at that point. Palace, be apartments as well, showing presence in mid, trying to get those first kills and fall back. Unfortunately for the CTs though, it's actually worked against them. They've got the man disadvantage now. There's a player pushing towards the A round. That will be Lucas, trying to find a frag in return. He's undetected for now, but you can see Lau, he's actually waiting in the Palace area, seeing if he can touch any more CTs out here. So Mousesports can justify slowing things right down. They have a minute remaining as well. All the utility required for an execution. Flashbangs across the board, smokes, molotovs as well. So at this point, let's gain some map control towards mid, allow Chris J to spot towards some key angles at this point and see whether he can find another frag.
Chris getting to the corner at Catwalk with the AWP. Suss out exactly what's going on in that direction of the map, but Nico's finally got a kill on the Bolts. It's down to just Lucas and Zeus. Last chance to fight back, and as you say, it could be the first gun round for Mousesports in this half. Keep in mind, reset does become a possibility, so 4 players alive at this point in time. Zeus making a chance to make that last lovely shot from Chris on the repeat. Gets tagged at 12, but now he doesn't need to re-engage. He can let Lowell and Dennis potentially do the work as they're the high HP players. Nico's obviously going to still be aggressive toward the site, has bomb as well, so needs to be. But it's just one to find. It's in toward Palace. No one looking that direction just yet. No, I take that back. Dennis is watching it from the stairwell. Now they all turn their focus that direction. Yeah. And Lucas is going to try and run away.
There's an AWP there as well. It was where the terrorists trying to hide that. Lucas finds that, picks up the AWP. So at this point, he's just trying to stay alive. So he's going to drop that AWP on the floor. He knows that he's going to be hunting him. So he's just going to keep the M4, allow him to have some more close range potential, trying to stay alive. He'll grab the AWP at the very end if he does survive. Doesn't look like Mousesports will be challenging this too heavily. Is he going for this? Oh my god, this could actually work. He goes for a full defuse right now. It could actually happen.
This is unbelievable. Oh, he's got shot up. Chris has got vision on him. Gets the shot on him. But watch out, Nico's still coming in. There's a chance he's going to hold it down. 2 seconds. That would have been huge.
Okay.
If he had gone to the left side of the box, he may have been able to bypass Chris J, but even then I think Nico would have had vision from A main, so I don't think it was entirely possible, but that was too close.
Way too close. Wow. Maybe Mousesports need to take a pause at that point, just to allow...
Catch your breath.
Yeah, right? Nico then in 1v1, had it been a fake defuse and then he faced towards A-Ram, he was going down. So then, after what looked like a saved AWP towards Palace, almost comes into a round where that would have been such a sick round and potentially been the game as well. But Mousesports managed to win it. That's going to dent their economy tremendously. They win 1 round map. That's the problem. They've only got 1 round now. No loss bonus. Those kills, he didn't win the round, but he's dented them so much. Yep. If Mousesports lose this one, that could be it. They're going to focus towards A main. A ramp, I should say, and then Palace as well. 3 players towards that area, and Nico. A lot of their tactics are based around him finding the first frag. He'll be towards A ramp by himself, trying to see if he can open this situation up as Lucas waits very close next to him. Perfect. As soon as the Molotov's out, Lucas decides to face, takes him down. That's very nicely done, but Speedy does return the favour.
Does indeed. And he's got position though inside a connector with an AWP and a massive gap in the smoke. They try and put a second one in, and it will allow the bomb to get there. There was a gap as well toward that position, but Henry missed the shot. So bomb gets planted in for Mousesports. Bolts flashed off, tries to put a couple preemptive strikes toward the sandwich position for anyone transitioning back toward a post-planet A main, and Phillips is doing his best work to try and get back in the site, but he's deterred. And look at the amount of flashes. The utilities have been everywhere in this game. Smoking the bomb. Now watch this fast play. I bet you they're going to try and get from CT onto bomb, as Zeus will be the one to do it. He's got the kit, but they've got problems. Phelps, he takes back one of those problems in Speedy in toward the connector, and Zeus is trying to find it. He's lost it in his own smoke. Now he's going to touch for the defuse. They can't find the lineup. He's got it to 2. Zeus is on it. He's got it. He's got it.
No way!
By design, and Lowell's late on the knife. He found Phelps, but Zeus, he knew exactly what his smoke was for.
That's crazy. Immortals look so far removed from that. Yes, there's a smoke on the bomb, but still, yeah, Nico taking a pause. This is where they get... I was about to say a naughty word there, Matt, but they're going to go shouting at this point.
Tilted.
Tilted, yeah. It was a British expression I was going to use that wouldn't have been appropriate. But, yes, we did say that was a huge round for Mousesports at that point. Now only getting $1,400. Yes, they get the loss bonus and the bomb bonus as well. but that's so big. They did so much good work getting to the side. They had a huge advantage. Oh my lord, Speedy as well. He came from connector. He's locked it down. Zeus, pretty much any way he could win the round. I love those moments when the full defuse comes in. You can see the terrorists sort of panicking. They think they know exactly who the bomb is. Start spraying at it, and as soon as the first 10, 12 bullets don't hit, that's when you can see the adjustments coming in. They pull out the knife. You've got 5 seconds to find that frag as well. Zeus doesn't need to display a tremendous amount of aim to win that situation, but a lot of intelligence in terms of the way he picks up the round. 13-12. Immortals now continuing it. There's the replay on the screen. I wish you could see it from a T point of view and see how close it is. Oh god, Lau. They're the most frustrating ones to lose as well. Nico, known to be a very passionate soul when it comes to those sort of situations. I'm sure he's giving them a piece of his mind, we should say.
Yeah, he definitely will. I don't think he'll hold back in this situation. Look at the stage. Ripped away by Immortals right now. Little's going to head toward mid early on. AK-47 in hand. In fact, they all are going toward mid, with the exception of one. That's Nico. Smokes out late from the CTs, but timely. Just in time. I shouldn't say late. They got there just as they got to the bottom of connector. Good pickup from Dennis, though, to take down Phelps. It's a start for Mousesports. Zeus is going to pop a nade down to 81 HP, and a lovely shot from Lowell. Mousesports now with a 2-man advantage post timeout. 13-13ers, the score we could be looking at if they can convert this into a win in this round. As Bolts has an opportunity to catch them off, swinging by connector. Oh, he loses it. He looks back the wrong direction. The timing is off. He's now got a problem in the fact that they've lost B site to apartments and catwalk, and they're going to pack away already. They have to.
Money's not great for Immortals, so they're pretty much submitting at this point. They have one kit and an SMG available for them, but in a 5-on-3, after losing those initial encounters to Mousesports, set a very simple approach to Mousesports. 4 players just going very aggressively towards middle, challenging connector as soon as they could with a bit of utility as well. And Nico, I was about to say he's not done quite yet, but it seems like he is. Lucas will shut him down and upgrade his SMG to an AK, so it's actually a good encounter for Immortals overall. But still, Mousesports tying things up at 13-13. Simple play towards mid does pay off. It was Lowell and we'll find the phrase. Lowell and Dennis. My screen kind of disappeared at that point. I was trying to build it up smoothly, but it fell apart for me. So a pause comes in once again. This must be technical. It feels like there's a lot of pauses for Mousesports. This is probably their second, to be fair. It always feels like a lot more when it's 2 per half.
It does, but it's good to see teams taking advantage of them, as Nico's going to call yet another 13-13 money grim for specifically in this round, the CT sides, but both sides, really. If you consider that if Immortals can pick this up, Mousesports won't have much to contest with in the following. Nico's going to buy back out. There's going to be no AWPs in this entirety of this round.
I didn't need one last round. They just rushed towards middle, focused on connector, and won the duel. So maybe they're going with this looter style now, just choosing areas to swarm and sticking as a unit and allowing players like Lowell and Nico to do impressive work here. They're both on 23 frags so far, so doing a great job in terms of fragging together. Nico, though, he's got $3,600 remaining. Hasn't bought any nades just yet. Finally, the investment comes in, so the unpause will come in. No orbs, like you said. No orbs on either side. The money definitely something to struggle now for Immortals. Still anyone's game here. This is a big round, though. Certainly favours the terrorists. They've got 5 rifles. Not the same story for Immortals here. 1 AK, 2 M4s. And Zeus, he picks up a Mag 7. Last minute decision. And Henny just on the 5-7. What's the play? Do we go aggressive to the CTs? We try and push B apartments? Something has to happen. He can't really defend a full execution at this point. Spraying through the smoke in middle. That was Bolts, but doesn't get anything for it.
Not at all. Molotov was extinguished immediately, so he could have stayed in that position, but doesn't. Goes back closer to the site. Flash down to the underpass for Lower to try and peek toward middle and start to potentially work in that direction. There's no one down there.
Smack towards the window in middle from the A side of the map as well. So players coming from underpasses. Will be an A split eventually. Dennis and Lau will be coming from the connector. You can see the bomb still at A ramp as well. They have got smokes to work with. I said it'll be difficult for the CT to defend a full execution at this point. Let's see if it works out as Henny's waiting for them. Actually hiding connector. Perfect position. They find the first frag as well. Lau's got to step up here, but removed by his own smoke. Henny finds him. There it is. Man advantage heavily for Immortals now as Nico goes down to 27 HP as well. Chris J drops.
It's a good setup. It's 2 to find. Nico's down. Speedy stuck in shadow, and Rather caught from Shadow as he came back around as I got confused as we snapped over, but either way it's Lucas down, and this is going to be 14 for Immortals. As we said, money's not amazing on the T side. They can't afford to buy into it, but only just. And Speedy and Nico will be limited tremendously if they do, and they're going to go for it. They know as well that Immortals are still low, so might as well try and break them while you can. Go 14-14, have a chance at map point.
Absolutely, but if they lose a round, it's obviously going to be match point for Immortals and no money left for Mousesports. So this is pretty much it now. We need to step up in this round. Now the boot is on the other foot. It's going to be 3 AKs for Mousesports, 2 pistols as well. Beg your pardon, Nico has got that SMG, the UMP, but he's seen so fantastic that so far. Maybe that's not a problem. Full A execution coming in. All 5 players will be committing. No contact play this time. Smokes in, flashes over. Need to find that first frag.
Trying to find that first frag. Lucas is positioned though. Snack to the box. He's got 2, making another, a third in the round as Chris J falls and sneaks in. Out of ammo, can't take Nico, but onto the pistol he certainly will. And that's going to be map point for Immortals.
Absolutely, like I just said as well. Lost bonus, only going to be the second stage as well. $1,900 per player. Mousesports clutching the straws at that point. When you do have lesser weapons, you can normally go for those executes, trying to have the tech lines, run through the smokes and the flashbangs as well. They don't even get out of the choke points at that point. That's Palace, locked down by Lucas. 4 kills in total, 3 with the M4, pulls out the USB to finish it off as well. So last round potentially here, just pistols across the board for Mousesports after such a great start to the tournament and such a shocking one for Immortals. We said, Matt, the romance of the stage could bring them to life, and so far it's proving to do so. 1 away from taking their first victory here at ESL Pro League.
Positioning inside of the side at B, where we're looking to be attacked, is Zeus and Phelps. Zeus at the truck. And Phelps in the grave. They pop out the window, they catch him off. Zeus now has to play this perfectly. He only gets 1 and burns from Speedy. Luckily, Bolt has made a fast rotation, but watch him behind the smoke, 7 HP. Nico's going to find him surely with the tech 9. No! Cuts off and catches out Henny. A smart play, thinking on his feet as Henny would have expected the chase to come through, and now it's just Lucas remaining on a retake coming in from mid. He's got a kit to work with. Finds 1 already. Chris down. That gives away his position. And he still hasn't figured out where the other 2 are, so he's considering the van, considering as well onto the apartment. Low HP on both Nico and Speedy. Nico shows Speedy as well. Oh, the transfer's not quite there for Lucas. That would have been incredible.
Well then, it's the Tech 9s across the board for Mousesports. Keeps the dream alive for now. Those players, though, once again, like I said, Immortals don't win the round, but he does so much damage on the attempt to win the round. He takes a lot of money away from Mousesports here. I think they recovered with an AWP. It was Nico. A ballsy face from the kitchen there. And he had gone down with that spray transfer, considering his low HP as well. That could have been it. GG. Final round comes in here. We've gone the full distance. 2 AWPs for Immortals and 1 M4, 2 pistols. They'll be looking for that first frag. That's Chris J. He lines up defensively towards the apartments, nails a shot as well. That's Phelps going down. One of the AWPs dropped for the CTs. 5 on 4 now, lots of time to play with. Can readjust themselves, and we'll see what the next player is coming from Mousesports here. Still have the utility to work with as well. Looking likely for overtime at the moment, considering that build up. Let's see what happens here. Chris J waits for another towards mid.
So down 1 early. Lucas still up in this. Henny as well. Looking increasingly to be on the B site. In fact, I would say that's a foregone conclusion at this point in time. So who's going to be the first to rotate? Bolts and Zeus inside the site. Does Bolts have position? 1's past him. He's not elected to watch it. It's Dennis that gets the shot, but he's got bench, and he's got an opening because so far on the side is his teammates that they've given it up. That's going to drop the bomb. Bolts is position and not taking the first shot. Catches off Mousesports, but Dennis puts him back down immediately after. And Henny, well, Henny, time to go deep inside the site. Lucas trying to slip in the back. With the deagle in hand, Chris J's got position, but not, I don't think, looking in this direction. In fact, not at all. He's looking toward Catwalk, scoped in. This should be an easy shot, and it is. Lucas has it down. Now Henny's got an opportunity. And he's going to find another Lucas. Oh, low HP, can't find it all the way down. Dennis on 16. He's got a chance still with the deagle. Henny, though, takes down Nico, and now the twins go to work.
10 seconds.
Dennis has got 10 seconds. You're exactly right. Has to plant the bomb. He's left in the open to do it. Down to 6. Rotates around. He might catch 1 off in this, but they've evaded him inside the smoke. 3 seconds now. It's going to be over. Immortals are going to pick it up, and the twins will take back the site.
Why is Chris J not watching the apartments? They've taken their time to get the bomb up. They're being calculated. Chris J is focusing towards window. Tunnel vision there. He loses the round for them. He's exposed as well. Great job from Lucas to find the deagle headshot, but still, Chris J's got to be aware that's a possibility, surely. Just that 1 mistake in the 3-on-2 against an AWP and a deagle there. cost Mousesports the game. That's a little bit shocking to finish things off. I thought it was almost certainly going to overtime at that point, but Immortals, you've got to appreciate the passion here, stepping up in front of the crowd. Shocking so far in terms of the group stages, but here we go. You can see what it means to them to find their first victory.
Absolutely, and maybe the crowd is what they needed, because they were, I would say, the Liquid's up there. They've given them a run for this title, but the most lackluster team in our group stage, so now they're having fun. Maybe that'll invigorate them, and they do play Liquid next, oddly enough, in about, I think, an hour's time. There's one game in between.
Oh, wow.
Interesting thought that obviously Liquid cannot advance, but gives Immortals a chance to pick up a second win. It would bring them to 2-2.
Which is then a possibility, right? Depending on the outcomes.
Exactly. It depends on the other teams at that point in time. They need a little bit of luck in that sense, but it definitely becomes possible as Bolts is going to make his way over to Bia on the stage, and in a moment's time we'll jump in with them. I'm sure they've got lots to say. Remember, Bolts joining in this team from formerly being on Luminosity. I think he's really come into his own on this lineup, and everyone today I think had moments of brilliance, including Zeus with a smoke diffuse. That was quite nice.
Yeah, he didn't have much fragging potential there. Chris J, he's the player. He didn't watch the apartments. That's what fell apart.
Didn't watch the apartments, and keep in mind when they had that play designed with him coming out of B late with the AWP, Bomb was playing. He missed 2 shots that were very crucial. But with that said, I'm sure the desk will break all of that down. First, we've got to hear from Bolts. He's with Bia.
Gente, foi demais, hein? Que partida! Boss, congratulations. It was a tough match, right? And you started a little bit slow, but then you came back, pulled it together, and won. All the pressure was on you guys. How did you deal with it?
Você pode falar em português pra mim?
Tava muita pressão, todo em cima de vocês, né? Vocês não começaram tão bem assim, depois viraram, foi um negócio mega emocionante. Como é que vocês lidaram com essa pressão?
Então, a gente começou meio mal, mas a torcida, quando a gente começou a gritar, a gente foi pra cima. Tudo por causa deles.
Yeah, the supporters make the difference. And that's what I'm gonna say. It's the opening match, so I wanna ask how important the support will be. So, para você, a coisa mais importante, vocês conseguem realmente escutar o que eles estão falando lá? Porque assim, aqui a gente ouve, é demais a emoção deles, mas vocês com os fones, com os abafadores, vocês conseguem ouvir isso? Traz alguma coisa para o jogo efetivamente?
A gente não escuta muito as palavras, mas o grito, na hora que a gente vence o round, a gente escuta tudo. Isso motiva a gente mais.
E agora vocês têm que, além de ganhar a próxima de vocês precisam torcer também contra, né, outra equipe. Como é que é não depender só de vocês para seguir adiante?
A gente começou muito mal no campeonato, mas agora a gente acredita que a gente pode ganhar do Liquid e torcer para a torcida, torcer para o Envias contra o Mouse também e a gente passar aí de grupo.
Certeza que eles vão, né, pessoal? Muito bom, obrigada, parabéns mais uma vez e bora pro próximo jogo. Alex, the supporters make the difference here for the guys from Immortals. That's what both said.
The supporters make the difference. Thank you very much. That was Bia and Bolts. It's quite nice to say. Bia and Bolts. Either way. Sorry, I'm a weirdo. Either way, that is going to be Immortals picking it up. You guys, you doubted them. The casters, the desk, Immortals overcome the odds, and it was apparently the audience that pushed them over that.
Listen, Alex, I've been through a lot of things in my days. You know, as we all know, it's been rough. But I think actually Mouse will be the death of me. I think they will be the end of me. Because the way they lose some of these games, it's just mind-blowing. It's just mind-blowing. You win both pistols still, and in the end end up losing up the game.
Well, I mean, it came down to a lot of those. We mentioned that Mousesports was a team that would start to kind of crumble in the pressure, and we saw it a couple times. I mean, Lucas almost somehow turns that round where he was going to save an AWP and do a ninja defeat. He almost does that. Then you have the Zeus defuse in the smoke, and you have missing watching the flank on that very last round. There's a lot of very small mistakes, and you could see, I mean, there's just some rounds they give up, and then you can hear the crowd get into it, and that's what we mentioned might cause Mousesports just tip over, was this crowd.
Well, I mean, it did come down to one round in particular, right? Mr. Chris J not watching that
That perfectly depicts Mousesports in high pressure situations. So they're in a 3v2. They know that one player is in kitchen already, Henny with the op, and they have two players down in the bomb site. And instead of one, why is Chris J? Why is he watching Cat from here and not B apps? It has to be like the only thing I can figure is him having a missed call from someone else saying that the other player is coming up Cat. Maybe from the player who is short, he called it that he heard the player in Cat and not B apps. So Chris J is focused on. Why is no one planting the bomb here? Like there's so many things going wrong in this round, and like this is like, I mean, this is Dennis there's nothing he can do at this point. The round was lost before that. Why is one player not planting the bomb? Chris J watching B apps, and Nico was the third player, I think, so just called if someone decides to push through kitchen. There's no way Dennis dies without planting the bomb before Nico dies.
Privilege is triggered.
I love that we finally caught on camera what Yanko sounds like in the green room. This is genuinely what he sounds
a little bit cleaner.
I mean, he watches his profanity, perhaps.
but that's brilliant. To be honest, that was just, you know, the cherry on top of that second half, because some of the rounds, Mouse was a little bit unlucky. I mean, they had that A execute with smokes where Chris J was going B apps and then had the bomb planted for him. That was really cool. But he unfortunately missed all of his shots from that position. That could have been a one round. But in my opinion, there were some bad calls as well. When you look at how towards the end of that game, I think the score was 14-13 or 13-13. They knew that Immortals had a weak economy. Immortals goes for the force buy, and Mouse goes for this, you know, kind of a surprise execute where they smoke off connector by themselves and then try to push through it. Immortals with a great read, having two players playing in that area. So a lot of things going wrong for Mousesports towards the end.
Yeah, and well, this was also, I mean, you have to say, we called out a lot of, we mentioned that Immortals knows how to play these maps. It comes down to underperformance definitely from some of their star players. We focused in the pregame on Henny, but Bolts has been very quiet as well. In October, this was only his second positive rated LAN game out of like 8 games in October that he's had. So, I mean, for him to have the performance that he did, that's incredible in front of the home crowd. But, I mean, he put up big numbers. I won't say Henny had a great game, but he had impact. He had a good game. He was definitely present in the server for the first time this event.
I mean, it's always we always say how when a team wins both pistols, it's much easier to win the game. Immortals managed to come back after losing both pistols. Imagine if they had a stronger start and had more to work with. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm being objective here, but I really do feel that Mouse, like, they had a lot of rounds in which they had advantages and they were just throwing them away. First gun round even, 5v3.
Yeah, Nico gets the 2 kills with the UMP.
He goes top mid. Then there was that weird force buy where he buys a UMP instantly. The second half, they were going A all the time. I don't know if that's something they were, you know, looking at how Immortals play Mirage. Maybe they figured that's where they are at their weakest. But you could see as soon as they start switching, going for mid control, then towards B, that's where they had success in the end.
Well, Group A is starting to get a little bit more interesting, given that Mousesports have conceded that making mistakes on this grand stage. Immortals, they rely on a whole lot of different results to go their way, and if you want to understand exactly how Group A does look currently and how Immortals' chances are of getting to the playoffs, you can use an application on your smartphone called The Score Esports. You may have heard of it. It enables you to keep track of everything that's going down, not only in this tournament, not only in this game, Dota and League of Legends there as well, so you can go ahead and check that out on iOS and Android. Right, we are going to be taking a swift break, and when we do come back, it's going to be our second best of one of the day. The Brazilian crowd will have to choose a favourite for this one, as it's going to be Optic Gaming versus Envy. We're going to be talking all about that after our break.